Hello, everybody. Welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here with the episode of Favorites, which I do usually on Wednesday nights. Actually, I think I've done it always on Wednesday nights, with a topic. So basically, I pick a favorite topic, a top 5 or a top 10 or a top 20 or top 25 or a ranking on albums. It's always somewhat difficult to come up with topics. Sometimes, like last week, it happened where I had this thought about it while I was sleeping and I had to get up and write it down because I was worried that the next day would come and if I didn't write it down, I wouldn't remember what it was that I wrote. So the topic for tonight is going to be 5 underrated progressive rock albums, debut albums actually. So these are 5 albums that were the first albums by their prospective bands that I think are underrated and need to get some attention, and so I'm going to give them as much as I can tonight. So I've put them in a kind of the order that I think I like them the best. Could change around, but I think I like them in the order I've got here. So the first one is going to be from this band, Greenslades, and the album we're going to be doing is this one here, which is their self-titled album. I don't know if you can see this. I get it up as close as I can. Yeah, you may, for those of you who are new to Greenslades, you may say this artwork looks kind of familiar. Yeah, it's because it's done by Roger Dean. You could tell that by the logo. So they went all in on the Roger Dean for all of their albums, I believe. The first 2 are on this disc. I have another one with a 2 disc on it, but this one here is their debut. Their second album is also pretty good too. It's currently in my playlist. The first 2 albums also just keyboards, no guitars at all. I think they added guitar on the 3rd album, and so it's a little bit different sounding, but this album is great. I love it. I love the sound of his voice. It's kind of a nasally, kind of whiny voice, but for some reason I find it appealing. And of course, that twin keyboard sound I really like, which is kind of funny because I don't really follow Emerson, Lake and Palmer, which is keyboard dominated. But this has a couple of different sounds to the keyboards. Bass is really good on this album as well. But I think it's the vocals that kind of attract me to it, and the artwork is fantastic as well. So this will be my first one on the list. Next one up, probably some people will know this, of course. This album didn't grow on me initially right away. I had it down there fairly low, but I quite like this album, and I think I actually might like it more than any of their other albums. But I'm not 100% sure of that, but I do like it. So we're talking about Nektar. This is their debut album, Journey to the Center of the Eye. Pretty long album, too. I think originally, and actually maybe, yeah, it is. Oh, no, this is a bonus CD. So I think originally it might have been like a double disc. Don't remember them saying anything about it here, but pretty long, fairly long album, but it's really good, and it just grows on you. Every time as I was listening to it, the more I listened to it, the more it would grow on me. I do like the cover, even it's kind of Walking Dead-ish. That's what whenever I see this, it reminds me of that one episode in The Walking Dead where the governor they've centered right in on his eye to open the video, and then they span out to his face and everything. It kind of reminds me of that episode. But yeah, I do like this album quite a bit. It's a bit heavier than a lot of Nektar stuff. And Nektar's a pretty heavy band. You know, you don't generally think of them as kind of progressive metal or anything like that, but they definitely were early on pretty heavy. I do like Tab in the Ocean quite a bit. I think it's probably their heaviest album, but this one I think is just great. And it's not surprising that I like this because their debut album, this album and Tab in the Ocean were kind of similarly recorded around the same time. At least a lot of the stuff on Tab of Ocean was Tab in the Ocean was taken from the sessions done on this album. So that's my second choice. Next up is this album. And this kind of surprised me because I kind of didn't hear much about this particular album. I heard about some of their other stuff quite a bit. But I really like this album a lot. It's just something about it. This is Camels' debut album. This is quite good. It's a little bit heavier than I thought it was going to be. There is some instrumentals on here too, but I think there's quite a bit of vocals on here. And you have, I think, correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not a connoisseur of this band, but I do think Pete Bardens actually sings something on one of these tracks. I just can't remember which one it is, but yeah, so this was in my playlist, and it actually did very well, much better than I thought it was going to do. And I like it. It has a little bit of a different sound to it than some of the albums coming after it. Released in 1973 originally, I believe. Yeah, just a really solid album. All the tracks, there's like 7 tracks on here. This particular one, you get 2 bonus tracks with as well. But they're just solid. Everything about the album is just really solid. I don't even mind that cover. It's pretty good. So that's my third choice. My next choice up, this band might not be familiar to people other than die-hard kind of progressive rock people. This is the Chronicle of Father Robin. That's the name of the band. The album is called The Songs and Tales of Airoea. And this is book 1, The Tales of Father Robin. So yeah, this is really good. And the artwork on here is fantastic as well. Really detailed stuff. Just like really great kind of what you call science fiction type kind of animal plant growth in a mountain. Now, all 3 of the albums are like this. I just think this one has the best artwork of the 3. It's not necessarily my favorite of the 3. I'm still waiting for the final, the number 2 album to go into my playlist because it was the hardest one for me to get. But I like all 3 of them quite a bit. I think I probably like the 3rd one the best at this point in time. But this one is, like, there's no bad ones. They're all really good. And this is a great debut album. To me, it's very underrated. Well, because most people don't even know about it. I actually like this better than the Wobbler album debut, Hinterland, because of the vocals on here are superior. Instrumentation is fantastic. Yeah, just a great Norwegian conglomeration of guys from different Norwegian bands putting this thing together over a 30-year period. Just absolutely killer. I love it. And now I just get this stupid pop-up from Norton there. Anyways, just a super album. I highly recommend it. If you like this, you'll like the other 2. So I would go and listen to it online. You can find it easy enough, and then just get all 3 of them. You'll enjoy it. Next up is the last, probably my favorite of them, of these 5 albums, but definitely underrated. It doesn't get the attention that some of the other albums in the band's discography get, and the band didn't get the attention it deserved for those albums either. So I wanted to put this up. I like this cover. I like it the first time they used it, and they used it again on another album, which is kind of silly, but sometimes that's the way it happens. So this is Gentle Giant's debut album from 1970. I like the Gentle Giant guy. Kind of reminds me of like a character. There's a TV show that used to be on a kids show. I can't remember the name of it. It kind of reminds me of that character. I like this kind of picture on the back too. Here you go, showing the giant with all of these 6 members in the band, playing about 60 some instruments on these albums. Really good. All of the songs on here are great. Funny Ways, of course, might be the only track on here that people may have heard of and know about. It isn't quite as cold. Another good one, Nothing at All. Nothing at All to me is the best track on this album. I love it. Absolutely killer. One of my favorite Gentle Giant songs, and actually one of their longest too. It's almost 9. It's a little over 9 minutes long. Yeah, this is a great album. Very underrated. Probably my favorite progressive rock underrated album, debut album for sure. And so that's it. That's those are the 5 albums I chose for this episode, which is my 5, I guess you would call this my 5 favorite progressive rock underrated debut albums. That's a lot to say. I'll just give them to you back one last time. Gentle Giant's Debut. Second one is The Chronicles of Father Robin, the Songs and Tales of Airoea, book number 1, and this is titled The Tales of Father Robin. Next up is Camels Debut. That's number 3. Number 4 is The Journey to the Center of the Eye by Nektar. Nektar being the Scottish band that became famous in Germany. That's how they got kind of made their fame. And then the last one is Greenslades, and this is the debut album. This is a 2-disc set, as you can see, their first one and then their second one, which is Bedside Manners, or Extra, which is currently in my playlist. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. That's much appreciated. And if you want to make any comments about any of the 5 albums I chose, or if there's one that you think, one debut album by a progressive rock band that you think needs to be mentioned here, you can do that in the comment section too. Anyways, I hope you have a good evening and good night here from Prog Monster. Take care and goodbye.